Primetime gives you a primetime view of Week 8. The Red Hot Chiefs venture into their personal house of horrors, Denver's Mile High Stadium. Two of the NFL's biggest playmakers, Barry Sanders and Jerry Rice, face off at the stick. Will the undefeated Saints defense ever have a day off? That was the Bucs' lament. In the battle of the Chucks, some illegal Chucks. Raiders and Rams for L.A. supremacy. We love it. We're going overtime on Primetime. Yeah. Hello once again, everybody. I'm Chris Berman, and welcome to week number 8 of ESPN's NFL Primetime. Some excellent football, especially some late games. But let's introduce our cast of characters. Back to the norm. Tom Jackson, Robin Roberts, and some fun football today. Definitely some fun football. Dolphins in week 8. You had to salivate if you're a football fan. Warren Moon going up against Dan Marino. Well, let's just suffice it to say that both of these Pro Bowl quarterbacks have seen better days. Dan Marino, a little mustache for Dante. Warren Moon, he's always had the stash. But today, they stashed a lot of passes in the wrong guy's hands. Moon throwing left in and out of the hands of S.D. Jackson. Actually got it in the right guy's hands by accident. Drew Hill made the catch. Warren, who threw for over 400 yards last week, overthrows here, and Louis Oliver picks it up. So you know Marino's going to make him pay for it. But no, his deflection is picked off by Bubba McDowell. So here come the Oilers. You know they're going to pay for it. No, they're not, because Bobby Harden's going to pick it up for Miami. So Marino's going to make Houston pay for it. No, they're not, because tipped by Bo Orlando, Bubba McDowell makes the pick. So Moon's going to make him pay for it. He goes deep, but no, Louis Oliver's there to pick it up. So Miami obviously going to make Moon pay for it, but no, Darrell Lewis picks it off. It was that sort of first half. Each guy intercepted 3 times. Oh, by the way, this is a touchdown by Darrell Lewis. That was the score, 7-3, the Oilers. And you look at it, Tommy, and this is uncharacteristic of both of these guys.
Well, Chris, you go back and take a look at these earlier interceptions. You see Marino throwing into quadruple coverage there around the goal line. These are things that you don't expect from Marino or Moon. Here you see, again, at least 3 Oilers in Marino's sight of vision as he releases the ball. And there you see the floating safety during the course of the day. Bobby Harden standing in the middle of the field. Again, here, Moon with time to throw the football. And you can't really explain the overthrow to Louis Oliver.
Not a good first half for either guy. And the Oilers lead it 7-3. Jeff Cross and the Dolphins defense doing a job. It's really a coverage sack, and Cross comes in to make the sack on Warren Moon. 4th down, Greg Montgomery didn't have enough punts last year because of the good Houston offense to qualify for the punting title. Nails it 62 yards and sends Scott Miller back before he can return it. However, the Oilers waste the good 62-yard punt because, another quiz, illegal formation, illegal motion, and so Montgomery punts again. Doesn't get off the 62-yarder, and because of the 5-yard penalty, it's a 28-yard difference for Miami. And off the sidelines, you're watching the special teams coach of the Oilers, Richard Smith, do the fast burn. So the Dolphins get the ball with a minute to go in the half. And after the bad first half, Marino looks good. No! Jim Jensen has it stolen by Chris Dishman. But Dishman heard the whistle. He can't believe it. Close.
Well, it was a very close call, but I think the referees thought he was down right there. And once that whistle blows, that play's dead.
So Miami keeps the ball. Marino to Mark Clayton from
Louisville.
Touchdown, 19 yards, 10-7 Miami at the half. Marino's first half numbers with the 3 INTs, but he gets the touchdown. And Moon, after the 400-yard-plus day against the Jets, going for only 84 yards and 3 picks. Moving to the 4th quarter. The Dolphins lead it 13-10. Moon is marching. A short pass to Drew Hill for 5 yards. Then the man with whom he hooked up 13 times last week, Haywood Jeffries, for 6 yards and a first down. 1st and goal at the 1. Moon, the quick zip to Curtis Duncan. Touchdown on a drive that took almost 10 minutes. We've got about 9.5 to go at 17-13 Oilers. Dolphins marching back. Marino to the big fullback Tony Page at the 26-yard pickup as he barrels into Oiler territory. 3 plays later, Marino to Mark Duper. No, it's not quite a touchdown. He tried to, but it looks like a good call.
Yeah, he was down on the ground just before he stretched out. If he had stretched before his knee hit, would have been a touchdown, but down on the 1.
So 1st and goal, the Dolphins going for the win. 3 minutes to go. Sammie Smith, but it's a fumble. It's in the end zone, and guess who? Chris Dishman falls on the football with 3:10 to go.
And Sammie Smith has got to learn to protect the football with both hands down around the goal line. This scene becoming too familiar to Coach Shula.
Why is Sammie Smith, what is he thinking about along with Don Shula on the sideline? Just last week, down 7-0, a length of the field drive. They wanted to tie the score against the Chiefs, but Smith fumbled it. Chris Martin ran 100 yards, and the Dolphins were never in the game again. This time they had a chance to win it, so 2 straight weeks, 2 fumbles at the 1-foot line, and the Dolphins lose it to the Oilers 17-13. It was indeed moon over Miami, as the Oilers up there marked to 6-1 in a commanding lead now in the AFC Central. And Chris Dishman, he's around the football, Tom.
Well, we talked about it on game day this morning. Chris Dishman has become a disciplined player, and now his athletic talent is causing turnovers. He's recovering footballs. This is the 6th week in a row he's been either involved in turnovers, causing turnovers, recovering turnovers.
You know, and there were other times when the Houston Oilers, a bad day by Warren Moon, they wouldn't have a chance to win a game. Times are different now. They got Dishman, a very good pass rush, and the Oilers are way up in their division. We've got something to show you here about running for Miami. Mark Higgs did a nice job subbing for the injured Sammie Smith, who is a good running back. First 4 games before Smith came off IR, Dolphins ran for 403 yards. The last 4 games, the rushing is way down, the touchdowns are down, and the fumbles really, really hurt.